If you're anything like me, you're dreaming of owning your perfect home, one that reflects your style and personality. We all want that ideal space where memories are made and dreams come true. Sometimes you can dream yourself into thinking that a fixer-upper is the right option to go for. Every last detail comes down to your direction, and you can save buckets of cash. It's tempting, isn't it? The promise of transforming a diamond in the rough into your dream home, all while potentially saving some money, is one that is entirely too captivating. Many of us have been there, myself included, drawn in by the potential and the thrill of the renovation journey. But before you dive headfirst into the world of fixer-uppers, let me share some insights. As a seasoned real estate agent and former house flipper, I've seen it all, the successes and the pitfalls. And let me tell you, there are 100 pitfalls for every one success, unless you know exactly what you're getting into. In this video, I promise to guide you through the risks and rewards, if done right, of pursuing a fixer-upper, helping you make the most informed decision for your future home. So stay tuned, because together we'll navigate the twists and turns of the fixer-upper market, ensuring you find the perfect home without any unexpected surprises along the way. Let me take you through one of my first fixer-uppers. So I found this property in Winnetka, first red flag, and I decided that this was the right choice. First of all, the house had no basement and it was a Cape Cod style property. And my idea was, I'm gonna pop the top and join those dormers at the top. And this is what happened. First of all, of course, it cost about triple what I was expecting. And long story short, I went over the top appliances, went over the top on the bathrooms. I decided not to finish the basement, which was foolish, but it was really short, but I should have dug it out. And what ended up happening was I spent way too much money. And then when I put it on the market for about $700,000, everyone looked at me like I was crazy. What, I'm gonna move into this suburban location with my 3 kids with no basement? It was a horribly terrible decision. And in some of these suburban neighborhoods, it's not like Chicago where we're sitting right now. They have entirely different codes, entirely different inspectors. And I'm telling you, it was a horror story. Here's the big problem with fixer-uppers. So let's first define what a fixer-upper is. In my opinion, that's any house that goes beyond like cosmetics, call it paint and maybe some sanding and staining of the floors, but falls short of a full gut rehab. Right? So it's that in between, the fixer-upper, where everyone's like, oh, I'll just change the appliances, do some new cabinets, and voila, I'm going to make $100,000 on the back end. Well, this is what happens 9 out of 10 times. Unless you're a real pro, you're going to underestimate how much each of those things cost. And even if you do your homework and bring in 1 or 2 contractors, they're not going to be able to eyeball everything and come up with exact pricing. In order to do it right, you need to bring in every single tradesperson. So not only a contractor, but an electrician, a plumber, an HVAC guy, a painter, a floor guy, a carpenter, and get really exact pricing. Because if each of those people is off by 10%, well, there goes your entire budget. So what I'm imploring you to do is please skip the fixer-upper unless a few things are true. 1, you're a real estate agent and have incredible data on the real estate market as a whole. 2, you're gonna be doing some of the work yourself with your own hands because that's the easiest way to save money. 3, you're in the trades. You are a contractor, an electrician, a plumber. 4, you have family that's in the trades. A plumber, a carpenter is especially good, or some other trade. Or 5, you just done it a whole bunch of times. If you are Sally and Steve home buyer, you wanna skip out on this because this is what's going to happen. Let's just say it just needs cabinets and some floors and some paint. Well, this is what happens a ton of times. You take those cabinets off of the wall and you junk them, right? And then you discover that all of the electric behind the walls is BX, flexible wiring, which isn't up to code. So you say, let me bring in an electrician. Well, the electrician says, well, I can't just change what's in the kitchen. I have to change the whole building. So you decide to do the whole building. Great. Well, then you bring in your plumber and your plumber's like, oh my gosh, this is all galvanized piping, which is not up to code. But you can't just change it in the kitchen. You have to change it everywhere. Now, of course, you could skimp. You could just do minor electric work. You could just do minor plumbing, but you're only putting good work on top of bad work. And you're always going to know that all throughout your house is a bunch of shoddy old work, and you're just buying time until those issues come to light. Another huge overlooked part of buying a fixer-upper is that in almost every municipality, they'd like you to get a permit to change a light bulb. So if you're just doing some kitchens and baths, often this is what can happen is you have a dumpster out front and you didn't get permits, or one of your neighbors is annoyed with a little bit of work and they call the city and say, hey, I think they're doing some work without a permit. Well, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get shut down. You're gonna get this beautiful sign on your front door that says, you better stop work. And what the city wants you to do is hire an architect and licensed tradespeople and go through a really formal process of getting plans, getting permits, getting all of these approvals. So what's gonna happen? You're going to spend a lot more money than you expected. You're gonna spend a lot more time than expected. And I'm sure if you're anything like my buyers, you're gonna end up using tradespeople who cost more. Why? Because you have to use licensed, bonded, and insured contractors. All this goes to say, please do me a favor. I don't even know who you are. And really, really do your homework about fixer-uppers, or just skip out on them entirely unless you have, like I said, someone who's in the know, like me, in your corner.